Hello loves and welcome back to Life with CheKesha. It is your girl and today I'm bringing you another wine related video. So if you want to see what wine we are featuring today, keep watching. Alright love, so you already know what it is. It is what? Winedown Wednesday. Yes, happy Winedown Wednesday to you all, and I'm super excited about today's featured wine. Not only is this wine new to me, it is also a wine that you could potentially get if you click the link in the description box, but I'll give you more information about that when we get to the end of the video. But first, I want to welcome back all of my subscribers, all of my sisters, my wine fam, my wine friends. Thank you for coming back to check me out in my role as your personal, unofficial wine enthusiast, expert, sommelier, whatever title you want to give me, I'll receive it, okay? And if this is your first time tuning in, do me a big favor and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll never miss any of my videos. Alright love, so today's featured wine is a part of a wine subscription from Bright Cellars Wine. And this wine subscription is absolutely one of my favorites, hands down. And as I told y'all before, if I am sponsoring something or a partnership or just sharing something that I want to share, is because I want to do that. And Bright Cellars Wine is no different. So this is a monthly subscription in which you can get 4 bottles, and on your first box of 4 bottles you can get 60% off. So all you have to do to get that 60% off your first order of 4 bottles is click the link in the description box. It's going to give you a wine quiz, and I'll scroll what that looks like so you can get an idea, so you can kind of mentally prepare yourself to answer those questions. And there's no wrong answer. This quiz is 100% right. You go ahead and click all of the responses, and that allows Bright Cellars to put together some wines that they think that you like based on the questions that you answered. Now, throughout that wine quiz, once they put those things together, they will show you the wines that they have picked for you. It does give you an option to swap out, I believe, 1 or 2 bottles if for some reason you're like, I'm not really sure if I'm going to like this. But that, again, is Bright Cellars' way of trying to make sure that they are putting together some bottles that you would like. And once you do that, they will ship it out to you. The turnaround time is so fast, you may even be able to get your bottles by the time you watch next week's Winedown Wednesday video. So with all that being said, let me go ahead and show you the wine that I have chosen that came in my 4-bottle box. Alright, so today's wine that I have here, and let me see if I can show it to you. This light is taken away from the beauty of the bottle, but look at the colors of this bottle. First of all, it's just so pretty. Alright, so this particular wine that I have chose today, it is a white wine, and this is a Rosane. I'm checking my notes to make sure I pronounce these things correctly. And it's a blend of Grenache Blanc, Marsanne, and Viognier. I think I said that right. Viognier. So one of the things that I like with Bright Cellars, they give you a profile card that tells you the name of the wine, and then on the back you have all of your wine details. And we're going to go ahead and go over the wine details together. I'm pretty sure that you don't have this wine, but if you happen to have this wine, hey, you can read along with me. So this is a full body white varietal with origins in southern France. This Rosane shines in a warm climate of Texas with flavors of crisp orchard fruits and aromatic floral notes. And so this is my first time actually even having a wine that has came out of Texas, but this is made in a warmer climate, and it does say all this on the back of your profile cards. And it also is a New World wine. And so one of the good things that I like about this, you can rate the wine once you have tried it. You can scan the barcode and you can rate it. And that way it also gives Bright Cellars the opportunity to be like, you know what, they didn't rate this one so high, so on their next subscription, let's try something different. Or if you rate it higher, they know to give you something similar or the same bottle if you prefer. And that's one of the great things that I like about Bright Cellar. And also, let me tell you this. This allows you to become the star of the brunch, the star of your sip party, because you can like read the back of the card before you go to the party and prep yourself so you can get in there. You be like, yeah, because this got green apples in it, girl, and it is from it's a New World wine. They be like, New World, how you know that, girl? Listen, I know my wine. So it gives you the cheat code on the back. So if you want to act like you are very, very knowledgeable about your wines, Bright Cellars is the subscription for you because it's giving you all the details. And that's why I love it so much. I mean, it's going to give you the fruits that are in here. It's also going to tell you what to pair it with. And that's another great thing, because a lot of times we get wines and we're like, well, what can I really pair it with? For me, I'm just like, if it tastes good with food, it's paired right for me. But this particular wine, it says that it's great with scones with honey butter. So you can do something sweet with it because it is a fuller body wine. So it's going to be a little more acidic. And for me, how I kind of gauge my pairings is if it's more acidic and has more of that taste to it, I want to balance it out with something sweet. It also says apricot glazed chicken, and it's great to drink on a brunch on the patio. So it's giving you all the little tea about how to sip this wine and great places to sip it. So now let me go ahead and taste it, because I've never tasted this wine before. And so y'all know your girl is not a huge white wine drinker, but when I took the test, I said that I like reds, but I'm willing to try whites. And it does give you that option to either just do straight reds, straight whites, or do more reds and less whites, or less whites and more reds. So I like that when you're doing that quiz, it gives you all of those options. But I'm here to let you know what I think about it. So let's go ahead and get this bottle open. All right, now that we have it open, I'm going to do the first smell in the bottle just to see what it smells like. Whew, I can definitely smell those green apples. I can really smell the green apples. Let's see what else I can smell. I can smell the lemons. And that's one of the good things that I like about this. If you don't know what you're smelling, you can read the card. That way your mind has already programmed, like, okay, I'm going to smell green apples, I'm going to smell pears, I'm going to smell green tea and lemons. So that kind of helps you be able to identify as you build upon your wine palette and your wine journey to get more knowledgeable about what it tastes like and what it smells. Being able to know exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes what they call like blind tastings, you have to be really, really versed in the different wine notes that they're using. And then as well, I know a lot of people, especially some of the people that I know that's taken the WSET test, they'll get the actual fruits and stuff so they can say, okay, this is what it smells like. But I don't got time to be buying a whole bunch of fruit just to know what I'm smelling. So I rely a lot on the wine details that's on the wine bottles. And if I can't find it on the back of the wine bottles, then I just look it up online. Typically, once you look it up, it's going to tell you what notes that they use to make the wine. So to get the best smell is to always pour. So we're going to go ahead and pour. And y'all know I am a tilt type pour. And today, for some reason, I'm pouring heavy. So this has a nice golden color to it. Let's see. I'm holding my hand to the side so you can see it. So it has a nice golden color, and we're going to hold it to the side just to kind of see like the halo around it. And that line tells us, whether or not it's a young grape or a older grape. The line is pretty thin, so I'm going to say that this is probably a younger grape. And this particular grape was harvested, or this blend of grapes that they picked was harvested in 2019. So that doesn't mean that that's the age of the grape. That's just mean that they picked it in 2019. They could have planted the grape in 2000, or they could have planted the grape in 2018. So the age of it is never determined based on the date or the year on the bottle. That's just a tip that I have learned over the years, because I've been like, I'll go to the store, I'm like, 2019, oh, that ain't good, that's garbage. But when I learned that that's just the year that it was harvested or picked to make this particular bottle of wine. So now that we've looked at it, we want to look at the legs of the glass, or the tiers of the glass. And that's just when you do your swirl. The swirl opens up. And I know I repeat this a lot, but you know, I have a lot of new viewers. So you want to swirl it. Now, this is not my best swirling glass. And I did get this from Amazon. It's kind of hard to swirl it because it doesn't have that round. So, you know, that's another thing. Getting cute glasses are cute and all, but when you're trying to like open it up and all that stuff, you want to really try to have a glass that is more rounded or bold shape at the bottom, because it's going to make it easier for you to do your swirl. But we can still get a little swirl on. And so the tiers of the glass, or the legs, it is this line of demarcation that starts to run down the side of the glass after you swirl. That just tells you what the ABV is, the alcohol by volume. So this is like a 13%. And I wouldn't have guessed it because the legs do go kind of fast. But typically once you get over 14, that's when it's going to really be a thicker line, and it's going to go down a lot slower. So now that we swirled it, open up the flavors and the notes, we're going to go ahead and smell it. So it's so different from what you smell when you first open the bottle to when you pour it in a glass. You tend to smell more of the like the tea smell than you do of the fruits that were in there. So let me see what I can definitely smell the green tea. And it's funny, like I never thought that I knew a green tea smelled like, but smelling this is letting me know like this does kind of smell like tea. I can definitely smell the lemon. So when it was in the bottle, I could smell more of the apple and the pear and the lemon. Now I'm smelling more of the tea and the lemon. All right, so let's go ahead and sip. Okay, cheers. Oh yeah, you can definitely taste that citrus from that lemon. And I was thinking it was going to be more acidic than what it really is when it hits the palate. Let's see, let me take a regular sip again. And what's a regular sip? Just sipping, nothing fancy. Yeah, I'm tasting all lemon, especially when it hits the back of the palate. Back of the palate is the back of the tongue. Definitely more lemon, but it's almost like a tea. Like I'm getting like more tea with lemon than I'm getting of the apples and the peaches. So let's go ahead and do the swishy, swirly, gurgly sip. Okay, I can taste a little bit of the pear when I do it that way. That definitely brings that pear taste. But the green apple, not unless my palate is just not palating today. I'm not tasting the green apple. Let me try it again. Yeah. I can't taste the green apple, but it's like all lemon to me. But everybody's palate is different. Everybody's senses are different. What I may smell, you may not smell. What I may taste, you may not taste. And that's why all of this is all based on my opinions. But like I said, I always encourage people to try something different. But this would definitely be a wine that I would not normally try, but I actually like it. Yeah, so now I can see why they're saying taste this. Pair this with a chicken, because chicken isn't a heavy meat, but having like a sweeter type glaze to it is definitely going to balance out the lemon taste. And as I'm sitting here talking, and the finish, it is long on the finish. I can really feel it's like still sitting on my palate, but the longer it sits on my palate, the apple is starting to come out a little bit. So it has one of those, y'all know those drinks that they call Creeping Peters? It's like the orange juice mixed with, what is it, moonshine, or what they call it, corn liquor. And you be drinking it and all you taste is the orange juice, but then that liquor come back and be like, hey, that's what is happening right now. The apple, that green apple, is hitting me after it has sat on my palate for a while. And even though this says it's a 13.5%, it definitely does have a little burn going down. And not burn like corn liquor burn, just like you can feel the alcohol content. And I feel like a 13.5 is a reasonable, you know, alcohol percentage on a wine, because again, like, I want to be able to just sit back and enjoy the wine without drinking one glass and feeling like I had a shot of Hennessy, okay? So anyway, so what do I think about this? I'm really liking this color. The color gives me like golden apple pear color. It's something about a white wine that has this nice, it almost looks like liquid gold. It's just, that off the top is just attractive to me. And then the taste behind it, like I said, I'm surprised because, listen, I'm a Riesling girl when it comes to red wines, or the Gewürztraminer or Gewürztraminer, whatever you want to call it. Those are like the only two white wines that I have honestly said that they are hands down my favorite whites. But I've been learning over my journey to reintroduce myself back to to white wines, because I am a red wine lover now. Never thought that was gonna happen, but I am. But I'm liking the fact that I'm able to try some white wines that are, sippers that I wouldn't normally grab. So if you do the wine quiz, let me know if they pair this wine with for you. I would be interested to know what you think about this wine if you get this. But I actually like it. And I want to pair it with some food just to tell the difference. We are having chicken and shrimp for dinner tonight. So I'm going to definitely have another glass and see how it tastes with my food. And once I do that, I will also comment in the comments to let y'all know what I thought with the pairing. Because some wines are great by themselves. Other wines are only good once you pair with something else. And I know that for a fact. I went to a wine and food pairing, and listen, we tasted the wine first, and I was like, this is garbage. And then when they said, taste the food, then drink the wine, it was like a whole different experience. So if I leave you with anything today, when you are trying new wines, whether it's a wine that you get from Bright Cellars or a wine that you get from another wine store, try it as a sipper by itself, and then try it along with the meal, because it can definitely change. And I feel like as wine enthusiasts, as wine lovers, it's very important for you to try wine not just by themselves, to try it with foods or cheeses or things like that, because not all wines are good by themselves. I'm just saying. Yes, I said it. Some of them are, but don't discount them if you don't like them when they're by themselves. Take the time to be like, you know what, let me see what kind of food would go best with this. try with the food. You want to eat the food and then drink the wine. You don't want to drink the wine and eat. Is, you know, it's like the way that you have to marry them together. Like, that's just how it is. So anyway, so I'm gonna finish enjoying this glass of wine that I got from Bright Cellars. I hope you all click the link. Let me know in the description box if you are going to go ahead and take that wine quiz, or if you already have a Bright Cellars subscription, let me know, because I just love good wine, and if I can share good wines and good wine subscriptions with you all, I'm going to do that as well. And speaking of that, I would like to give a shout out to Shayla of Black Girls Wine Society. I can honestly say a lot of my knowledge of wine and my willingness to try different wines came from me being a part of the Black Girls Wine Society and then watching her live Winedown Wednesdays. And with that being said, she also is opening up the chapter doors. So she has wine chapters in pretty much all the 50 states as well. She has some overseas wine society members. So if you're interested in joining the Black Girls Wine Society, I will leave the link to her website, and open enrollment starts on, I believe it's Friday, but I'll leave all the deets in the description box. I truly believe that if you are one that really wants to learn more about wines and you don't have, you know, wine stores or wine friends that can help you, if you can connect to, you know, groups and, you know, wine clubs that can help you along the journey. You know, I know sometimes some things do come at a cost, but what's worth learning and what's worth knowing more about is worth making the investment, in my opinion. And that's what I did when I, you know, joined the Black Girls Wine Society. Right now, I'm not a member, but the connections that I made, I'm still, you know, plugged in. But I am truly thinking about rejoining myself because, you know, I enjoy the sisterhood. I enjoy being able to be around other women that love wine, that didn't discriminate whether or not you liked sweet or, you know, dry wines. They loved you either way. So I'm going to go ahead and leave all those links to the Bright Cellars subscription. Don't forget, you get 60% off your first box of 4 bottles. And I'll leave the link to Shayla's open enrollment along with the date. I just want to take one more sip with you guys because I've been running my mouth today. I'm in a chatty patty mood. I was like in a bad mood yesterday. So I think today I'm like OCD in a great mood to balance out my bad mood. And I'm going to tell you, wine, because it is an experience in a glass, it will definitely brighten up your day. So until next time, loves, peace.